Maybe have a chat with him a little bit later on. But before that, let's have a chat with Jim Heath, the author of a new book on Wolves, Wolves in 2020 Vision. Good afternoon, Jim.
Good afternoon, how are you doing?
Jim, I like the format for your book. I've just been reading about it. It's a little bit different. For example, you've got like sort of top 20s, Wolves-related top 20s, 20 stunning entrances, which covers all the debuts of the greats like Willie Carr and Derek Dougan and Robbie Keane, of course, who's in the shake-up. So that's essentially, that's your format. It's quite a nice idea.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, we got that as well, 20 great signings and also 20 transfer market blunders. So it's caused a bit of controversy and a bit of debate and talking points. So it draws from my 40 years of watching Wolves.
Yeah, and 20 points if they beat Spurs tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. That would be good if we get a win tomorrow.
How many of the 20 transfer blunders were signed by Mick?
None at all.
Oh, well, there we are. Maybe we've answered the question then.
That's right.
Okay, 40 years man and boy watching them play. How do you feel at the moment about the club situation?
Well, I think Steve Morgan spoke a lot of sense yesterday, and to be honest, it's the first time he's actually come out and said anything about the team's performance in a couple of years. I think a lot of fans have had their expectations raised at the beginning of the season when we won the first two matches. And to be honest, a lot of fans expected us to be in this sort of situation. Thought it's going to be a struggle this year because we didn't buy heavily in the summer, and we only escaped, by the skin of our teeth at the end of last season. So I think a lot of fans did expect another struggle this season, and being a realist and having seen them all those years, it's pretty much par for the course for Wolves.
3 decent draws and an unlucky defeat against Chelsea, a very late goal there from Lampard. So defensively, it seems to have been the problem, or is it scoring goals, or is it both?
Yeah, to be honest, it's been the final third of both ends of the field. We had some terrible defensive errors, which have cost us games, and at the same time we haven't been scoring goals. But the signs are looking a little bit better. I think over Christmas, those 3 draws have given us a real boost, and I think we should have got another draw out against Chelsea, and we seem to be tightening up at the back a bit, and Roger Johnson seems to be settling in a bit better now, and we brought a couple of new players in. We got Frimpong on loan, and new lad Eggert Johnson, and they'll add a bit of steel and grit to the midfield and a bit of quality, which we need.
Do you think generally then the Wolves fans that you know and go to the game with are supportive of Mick and his coaches?
Yeah, I'll be wrong to say if it's 100%, but yeah, I think it's like the majority. I think it's probably about 50-50. I think a lot of fans do feel we should be, doing a lot better than we are, and we probably should have at least another couple of wins under our belt, and we'd be in a different situation. We had 23 points now rather than 17, so that's the small margins. If we can get a couple of wins in the next few games, it will make a huge difference. But yeah, there has been, rumblings about Mick, but I'm a big fan. I think he's done a fantastic job, and keeping us up in the last 2 seasons has been great. So we've got a lot of faith in that he can do it again this season.
How's Matt Jarvis been doing? Because he got into the England reckoning, but it seems there hasn't been that much on him this season.
Yeah, it was a bit of a kiss of death, I think. A lot of fans think that.
Was it?
Yeah, getting in the England team was the beginning of, I wouldn't say decline, but he certainly struggled at the beginning of this season with his form. But again, the signs are good. He started playing really well the last few games, and Mick actually dropped him for a couple of matches, and he's been on the bench, and he's probably given him a bit of a wake-up call, and he's been playing a lot better, taking on defenders, and the only thing he sometimes lacks a killer ball, getting the ball over in the middle. He does everything else right, but yeah, he's looking good.
So looking at who else is down there, with the Albion are just above you, but also 5 points clear. So it's you, QPR, Bolton, Wigan and Blackburn all in the mix, and there's really not much between you. I mean, 1 win for Blackburn and a defeat tomorrow you stick you back in the bottom 3. So are you confident of staying up, Jim?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I think a lot of fans are. Yeah, I think, as I say, you've got to be optimistic, and I think we've done it the last couple of years. But yeah, you've got to make sure that there isn't a gap. I think there might be a few more other teams that slip into that category, and I think it could be a right old bun fight come the end of the season.
Good stuff. Good to talk to you, Jim. All the best.
Yeah, all the best. Thanks a lot, mate.
It's Jim Heath there, author of Wolves in 2020 Vision. If you're a Wolves fan, sounds like an interesting format for the book. And if you just put that into Google, it tells you all the information where you can pick that up. And it's for sale in local shops in Wolves.
And West Brom, Fulham and Villa